Hello and welcome to this chair class. This is a class that you all seem to really enjoy and one that I have therefore replicated on this video. It might vary slightly from what we did in our practice, but hopefully you will still enjoy it and find it challenging but useful, and hopefully feel really well stretched by the end of it. You will need a couple of bits of equipment for this practice ideally. So if you've got a tennis ball at home, or if you've got one of these little fascia balls, something with a little bit of give, so nothing too hard. A tennis ball's ideal, or something like that, so you've got something to put under the foot. And a yoga belt, yoga strap, or a scarf, or a dressing gown tie is really good. So something that you can just use when we come to do our shoulders a little bit later. And you might want a brick or a thick book maybe to place under your feet, depending on the height of the chair that you are on. So we want our legs to be at 90 degrees. So if you find that your legs are not at 90 degrees, pop a block or a book under the feet just to give yourself a little bit of lift, and that helps to keep you in that more upright position. Remember, we always want to be sitting up in our chair, not sitting down into our chair, so nice active sitting. So let's start to come to our space, to arrive on our chair today. So start by making yourself comfortable. And by that I mean making sure that you've either got support behind you, so that might be a pillow or a small bolster if you've got one, or one of the Pilates balls that we use in our practices, something behind you to help you sit up tall. Or you might want to lean against the back of the chair, in which case you're going to take your buttocks all the way back, sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back and down. And then, as I said earlier, you want to make sure your feet are flat on the floor, toes pointing forward, same direction as the knees, ankles underneath the knees, so 90 degrees with the legs. Knees about hip distance apart, so roughly a couple of fists in between the knees helps you to roughly know where they are, where they should be, so about hip distance apart. But that said, if you find that's not comfortable, just take the feet a little bit wider, that's totally fine. If you need more space between the legs, you decide where the legs should be. And then we're going to place both feet firmly on the floor if they're not already there. So really important to have that firm connection through the soles of the feet. So we're going to find those 3 points of connection that I talk about quite a lot in our practices. So the mound under the ball of the big toe, the mound under the ball of the little toe, and the mound right in the centre of your heel. So there's 3 points on the sole of each foot. I want you to press those 3 points into the floor, imagining perhaps that you've got magnets or super glue on the base of the feet, so nice firm pressure. And as you press into the feet, you will feel your legs switch on a little bit of activation into thighs and the lower legs. So not too much, but enough so you know your feet are on the floor, or maybe onto your footrest or onto your blocks or your books. And then once we found the right position for the legs, we then start to think about our upper body. So your spine's going to be nice and long. You're supported maybe by a pillow or a cushion or something behind you, or that Pilates ball or the back of the chair, or you're sitting forwards a little bit if that feels okay and you feel you can support yourself. Spine long, crown of the head coming up towards the ceiling, shoulders rolled back and down, elbows gently drawn in towards the waist, and hands just relaxed on the thighs. And then from here, just take a moment, adjust anything in your position that doesn't feel quite right. Your sitting bones are firmly connected with your chair. They're driving down towards the floor. Your feet are pressing into the floor. Your head is coming up towards the ceiling. Your jaw is relaxed, so just release the jaw, relax the forehead and the eyes. And each time we move from one pose to another, we come back to this foundational pose, our sitting mountain, just as a way of resetting the body. And it's also a place that you can come back to at any stage if you feel you need to. So it's a good resting space. It's a good opportunity to come back to your breath, take a moment, and you can join back in whenever you're ready to. So then just start to take some slightly deeper breaths here. So noticing your breath and drawing slightly deeper breaths in through the nose or the mouth if that feels okay for you today. So So notice how the breath feels. Notice any sensations in the body as you breathe. And just focus on arriving in this space for these few minutes. Try not to let yourself be distracted by any noises or anything else that might be going on in your house or wherever you happen to be today. Giving yourself this time. So take another couple of breaths here. And we're going to gently drop the chin towards the chest. So just tuck the chin in towards the chest. Hold it here, draw the shoulders back. Feel that stretch into the back of the neck. And let's just gently bring the head back to center and just take a little look over your right shoulder and then just take a look over your left. And just keep that going gently side to side. Just moving into whatever space you've got today, not taking it too quickly. Imagine you're moving almost in slow motion, nice and steady. Take it once more each way, making sure you've done the same number each side. Bring your head back to center. And we're going to start at our feet today. So the first thing I want you to do is just look down at your feet. And I want you to screw up your toes. So scrunch them, bringing the toes down, curling them in. So it's probably better if you've got socks off, shoes definitely off today, if that feels all right for you. So screw up the toes, really scrunch them. Imagine you're gripping something on the underside of your feet, so scrunch them up. And then as you breathe in, I want you to extend your toes, separate them as much as you can, and draw the toes back towards you. So waking up our feet this morning. And then take it the other way, scrunch up the toes, so really flex the toes, scrunch them up. And then extend and separate the toes. And take that once more, scrunch them up. And then extend and separate the toes. And then release the feet to the floor, perhaps give them a little bit of a shake or a little bit of a rotation. And then if you've got a tennis ball or a fascia ball, we're going to take that and just place it underneath the right foot. So we're not going to use too much pressure today, we're going to be gentle. We're going to place it into the center of the right foot. Your left foot is your stability, so keep that firmly on the mat or on the floor, it's not going anywhere. And all I want you to do is to gently press into that ball under the right foot and gently release. Gently press and gently release. Gently press and gently release. And just do that a couple of more times. Just feeling into the sole of the feet. How do they feel today? Take it once more. And then we're going to draw that ball to the heel. And then with a little bit of pressure, you're going to draw the foot back, draw the ball forwards to the toes. Release the pressure as you take the ball back and the foot forwards. And then pressure again as you draw the foot back and the ball comes towards the toes. So pressure as you draw the ball forwards, no pressure as you take it back. So slowly working into the sole of the right foot. Now, one of you asked me a really great question the other day. You said, well, why are we doing this? And that's an excellent question, and one that quite often I do cover, but I didn't last week, so I apologise. We're working, or we're looking to release, loosen maybe, I guess you could say, the fascia on the underside of the feet, the connective tissues, the web of fascia which runs all the way through the body, and just trying to mobilise and rehydrate those tissues. Our shoes get squashed in our feet, sorry, get squashed in our shoes quite often these days, and therefore they're not able to get the same level of feedback from the floor, from the earth, that they would normally have got in the past. So we need to reactivate those and energize the feet, stimulate the soles of the feet, hydrate the fascia, and it's really good for foot health, for foot strength. Helps to release tightness elsewhere in the body as well. Take one more of those forwards and backwards movements, and then you're just going to take the ball under the foot and just take some circles, and you can move it around the foot however you wish here, keeping that left foot nicely placed on the floor, so that's not moving, it's keeping you nice and steady. And then you're going to bring the ball into the center, place that right foot on the floor, sit up nice and tall, and take a moment just to observe that right foot. So is there any difference in how that foot feels? Any extra sensations, or perhaps it just feels a bit more in contact with the floor, the foot plate or the block or the book, or whatever your foot is on. Maybe you're getting a bit more feedback from the sole of that foot. So we just observe, and then we're going to take it to the other side. So place the ball under the left foot in the center of the foot, and again just press down and release, and press down and release. So keep that going, gentle pressure. Remember, you're in control of how much pressure you're placing on that ball, keeping the right foot firmly planted onto the mat or onto the floor. That's not going anywhere. Maybe notice if this foot feels particularly different to the other one. Is there any noticeable differences in how it feels? And then again, take the ball to the heel and draw the foot back, ball comes forwards. So take it to the heel, draw the ball forwards, foot back. And as you draw the foot forwards and the ball back, take away the pressure. And as you bring the ball forwards, apply that pressure. So keep that going, no pressure on the way back, pressure as the ball comes forwards. So pressure as the ball comes through to the toes, no pressure as you drive it back. Now, if for any reason you don't feel this is for you, perhaps you've got some arthritis in the toes or the feet, then feel free just to give yourself a little foot massage at this point, or maybe just flex and rotate the feet. You might just want to sit quietly and observe your breath while we do this particular section. Make this your last one, and then place the ball under the foot again and take some little circles. And then just place that ball to one side. Place both feet on the floor. Keep that roughly hip distance apart. Take that firm, secure sitting mountain and observe both feet. Noticing any changes in the way the feet look or the way they feel. And keeping your left foot on the floor, you're going to take your right foot out in front of you, and we're just going to rotate that foot. You can hear my ankle cracking. Yeah, it's quite loud today. So rotate that round and then take it the other way. And point and flex that foot just a few times. And then bring that foot to the floor. We swap sides, right leg extends, rotate the foot. Take it the other way. Let's point and flex a few times here. And then place it on the floor. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. And then take hold of whatever you're going to be using as your strap today. Might be a dressing gown tie or a belt perhaps, and place it around the ball of your right foot. So more towards the toes, so less around the centre of the foot, more around the top of the ball of the foot. And we want to be sitting up nice and tall, so always make sure you're not leaning back too much into your chair, not kneeling forwards. Hold the strap nice and long, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Now your foot could be on the floor if you wish, but you might just need to adjust your position on the chair to accommodate that perhaps. So we can lift the leg up. We're going to draw the toes back towards us as we do that. We're going to sit up nice and tall and feel a stretch into the back of the leg. Your knee may be bent, it might be straight. Doesn't matter, take the option that is most comfortable for you. Make sure you're still breathing, my favourite phrase. Don't stop breathing, don't hold the breath. Then we're going to take the strap into the right hands. Your right leg's lifted, or it might be on the floor. Then you're going to take your right leg out to the side just as far as is comfortable for you. Keep pressing away with that heel. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Draw the toes back towards you. Left foot's nicely firmly planted on the floor. Your left arm might reach away. You might take a little gaze over that left arm. You might not. But reach away with your fingertips. Sit up nice and tall. Press away with that right heel. And make sure you're breathing, sitting up nice and tall, don't let it go. Slowly come back to centre, draw the leg back. Take a drop to the floor with the leg, release the strap. Perhaps give that leg a little bit of a shake. And then take the strap around the ball of your left foot. So take a moment to swap legs. You might want to take a bit of movement into the hands and the wrists perhaps. So keeping that strap nice and tight, draw the leg back towards you, toes towards you, sit up nice and tall. Again, knee can be bent, knee can be straight. Just want to feel that in the back of the leg. Drop the shoulders, keep the breath nice and smooth. I'm going to take the strap in the left hand. Keep yourself nice and tall. Take the leg out to the left. Maybe take your arm out to the right. Take a gaze over the right arm. Keep the spine nice and long as you reach away with the arm. And keep that right foot firmly connected with the floor. So you're sitting up, you're taking a gaze over your right hand. Left leg's extended, toes drawing back towards you. Feeling strong, not leaning back into the chair. And breathing. Slowly bring that right hand back, draw the leg back. Let's release the leg. Get rid of the strap for a moment, but you will need it a bit later, so don't place it too far away from you. Come back to that sitting mountain, sitting at the top, not the top, towards the front of the chair. Place the feet on the floor. Take a couple of breaths here. Reconnecting with your feet, lengthening your spine. I'm going to take our feet just a little bit wider, so into more of a Y shape with our legs. We're going to use the Y shape a little bit later as well when we come to our postures. One of our postures, our warrior one. But for now we're still sitting forwards on our chair, but you're going to take your feet a little bit wider, but you've still got your knees over your ankles and your toes are still pointing in the same direction as your knees. We don't want to be twisting our knees, so make sure that's the case for you. And then we're going to take some little circles. So you do want a bit of space behind you. So you might want to sit a little bit further forward on your chair, perhaps adjust the legs as you need to. Hands on the thighs. And you're going to start to bring your body forwards, not rounding the spine, keep it nice and long. And then draw a circle, draw your belly in as you round. And as you come back, open the chest a little bit. So it's quite a small, doesn't need to be a big circle. But you're going to feel that in the pelvis, little hip circles as you just take the body, the torso forwards and back. Press into the feet. Nice and strong, nice long spine. Then you're going to take those circles the other way. So draw it back the other direction. Nice and slowly. Maybe just noticing if this direction feels different, more difficult. Perhaps you've got a bit more space, a bit more ease in this direction. Take one more here. And then we're going to come back to center. Walk the feet in. Reset yourself in your tabletop. Oh my goodness, in your sitting mountain, not a tabletop. Place the feet into the floor. Then we're going to take a few cat and cow. So as you breathe in, elbows draw back, chest open, tip the pelvis. And as you breathe out, your shoulders come forwards, your hands come down, the legs a little bit round the spine. Inhale, open the chest, draw the elbows back. Remember, if you do lift the head, we're just lifting it up to the seam where the wall meets the ceiling, not taking the head back too far. We don't want to scrunch any of the nerves or blood vessels in the back of the neck. So keep it slow and keep it just within your own range of movements, and not trying to be too clever with what you're doing, just simply noticing what space you have in your spine as we round and as we arch. So take two more of each here. And once you've taken those two more of each, you're going to come back to your sitting mountain. Place the feet firmly on the floor if they've moved. Check you've still got that 90-degree angle in the legs. Your spine's nice and long, crown of the head's coming up towards the ceiling. Take another breath here. And then we're going to find a little bit of lateral flexion for our spine. So keeping your sitting bones drawing down, feet on the floor. Your right hand's going to come down towards the floor as if you're reaching towards something. So you're going to take a little lean to the right hand side, making sure that you're not leaning back or leaning forwards. So you should feel this in the left side of the body as we stretch, compression into the right side of the body. Left hand might take hold of the side of the chair, reach those fingertips down, make sure you're breathing. So press into your feet a little bit more if it helps. Drop the shoulders and reach with your right fingers. Some of you might be able to reach the floor. I can't quite get there. But don't lift that left hip, don't lift that left sitting bone. Make sure it stays firmly connected. It will want to lift. Try not to let it do that. And then you can either let go of your chair, bring the hand to the hip. You might want to bring the hand to the shoulder. Or if you want a bit more juiciness today, you can bring that arm up and over, but just make sure you can still breathe wherever you are. So keep reaching down, that makes it quite juicy. Press into the feet, reach with the left arm as you reach up, reach down with the right fingers. Breathe. Press into your feet as you take your next breath in. Bring yourself all the way back up, drive into the feet, lower the arm if you lifted it. Take a little roll of the shoulders, reset the feet. Drop your left hand towards the floor, reach, 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 reach. Take hold of the side of the chair. Press into your feet, lengthen your spine, open your chest. Again, decide where your right arm should be this time. So is it going to stay holding onto the chair? Is it going to come to your hip, your shoulder? You're going to lift it up towards the ceiling or reach it across past the ear, but you need to be able to breathe. Drive the feet down. I'm going to keep my hand on my shoulder here, I think. Reach down towards the floor with the left fingertips, press the feet into the floor, lengthen your spine. Nice breaths in and breaths out. Take one more breath here. And press into your feet, take a deep breath in, come all the way back up. Release the arms, give them a little bit of a roll. And then we're going to find a twist. So we've taken our lateral flexion, we're going to take our twist. So again, your feet aren't going to move. They're going to stay exactly where they are. So you're going to take a deep breath in, spine's going to lengthen. Deep breath out, twist to your right hand side, left hand to the right thigh, right arm's just going to drop behind you. Drop the shoulders, sit up nice and tall. Find that little twist into your center, your torso. Come back to center, take it the other way, take it to the left. Right hand to the left knee. Come back to center, take it the other way to the right hand sides. Come back, take it left. Now if you want to, you can add some arms in here. So as you breathe in, come back to center, lift the arms up and drop them down to the sides. Breathe in, lift up, breathe out, drop them down, take your twist. But you're welcome to keep the arms low if you prefer. They can come up wherever you want them to. Just make sure that your shoulders are comfortable with that arm movement. And if not, just leave the arms down. Take it once more each way. As you breathe in, come back to center, reset, take your sitting mountain. We're then going to find another little twist, but we're going to cross our legs to take it. So I'm going to give you a couple of options for your legs. You're either going to bring your right ankle across your left ankle, so taking this little bit of a lower leg cross at the ankles, or you can bring it up a bit higher, or you can take it all the way across and cross the legs at the knees, or anywhere in between. So that's your first option, second option, third option. So sitting up tall, deciding where your lower body should be. And then again, we're going to find that twist to the right hand side. So breathe in and lengthen, breathe out, twist your torso to the right. Right hand comes to the, left hand comes to right knee. Right hand's going to drop down to the side, and you're going to take 2 breaths here. Drop the shoulders, nice deep breath in, deep breath out. Drive that left foot into the floor wherever it is, keeping that firm connection. As you breathe in, come back to center. Option this time, we're going to go back the same way to lift this right knee. So if you want to lift the leg slightly with your left hand, sit up nice and tall, deep breath in, deep breath out, find your twist with that leg lifted, or keep it down wherever it is. It's entirely up to you. Just check you're sitting up tall, check you've got that twist in your torso and you're still breathing. Inhale, slowly come back to center, release that right leg, give your legs a little bit of a shake. Reset in your sitting mountain. And then cross your left leg over your right. So either at the ankle, the shin, or take it all the way across. I'm going to keep it low this time, crossing at the ankle. So my spine's long, I'm sitting up nice and tall. My right foot is really pressing into the ground, so I'm firmly connected. Deep breath in, deep breath out, take a twist to the left. Still sitting up tall. And breathe. Pressing that right foot down. Inhale, come back to center. Take a breath out. Then decide if you want to lift this left leg. Take another breath in to lengthen, another breath out. Take that twist as you lift the leg. Drop the shoulders. But remember, your leg can stay exactly where it was. It doesn't need to move at all. Breathe in, slowly come back to center. Release the legs, walk them out, give them a little bit of a shake, and find your sitting mountain once more. So again, making sure your spine's long, feet in connection with the floor, legs at 90 degrees, shoulders rolled back and down, head drawing up. Sometimes I use the analogy of a piece of string coming all the way from the ceiling down through the crown of the head towards the floor. And if that helps you to feel you're being drawn up, and maybe think about that as you're sitting, might help to keep you a little bit taller perhaps. So I'm just going to sit here for a moment. I'm going to think about stretching our shoulders. So this right arm's going to reach out to the side. You're going to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to bring that right hand to your left shoulder. You're going to take your left hand to your right elbow, and you're just going to draw it in just a touch to get a little bit of a stretch. Now, if that feels okay, You might want to extend this arm across and draw it in rather than have the hand on the shoulder. That's another option, but only if your shoulder's okay with that option. Sitting up tall, deep breaths in, deep breaths out. As you breathe in, slowly release. Give that arm a little bit of a shake out. Extend your left arm, sit up tall. As you breathe out, bring it across to the right shoulder, right hand to the left elbow. Just draw the elbow across, or you might want to extend that arm out to the right hand side and draw that arm in. Keeping your feet in connection with the mat. I can feel my knees starting to just drop out a little bit. So just, if that's happening to you, just press your feet down a little bit more into the floor. Keep those knees about hip distance or apart. Keep the spine long. And then slowly release that arm. Give everything a little bit of a shake out. And then we're going to take a little bit of a chest press here, or a pec deck as I would call it in the gym. So you're going to bring the arms out and you're going to bend your elbows and really spread your fingers. So imagine you're stretching your fingers and your hands as wide as you can. You're bending the elbows, opening the chest. Now, of course, your hands can be anywhere. They don't have to be up. So if it's better with them down, you're welcome to bring them down completely. So take it wherever you need to. And then from here, we're going to take a breath in, open the chest, take a little gaze up to the seam and the ceiling. And as you breathe out, you're going to draw the elbows together and squeeze. Breathe in as you open. And breathe out as you squeeze. And imagine you're drawing your arms through a big vat of treacle. So it's really tricky to bring them forwards. And it's really tricky to bring them back. So there's that resistance as you bring them one way and again as you bring them back. So squeeze. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we squeeze. And take one more of those. So inhale to open. Exhale to squeeze. Keep the elbows together if they're together. Bring the palms together. And just take a little bit of up and down movement here, trying to keep your feet firmly connected. Now you might end up here. If the elbows doesn't matter, it's fine. Just try and press the palms together. And all we're doing is just working into the shoulders and the upper back. And then we're going to release. Slowly bring the hands down. Again, give the shoulders a roll. Release the shoulders, take a little gaze over one way, then the other. And again, take it slowly as you just move the neck to one side and then to the other side. Taking it once more each way. And then coming back to center. And then we're going to use our strap or our belt again. Just again, last one for our shoulders. So you're going to fold it in half probably. And bring it into your right hand and place your right hand onto the top of your head. Take this right elbow back a little bit, sit up nice and tall, feet firmly planted on the floor. Left hand's going to come around and take hold of your strap and bring it to the left side of the body. So your strap's now here, hands on the top of the head with the strap, right hand on the head. And you're just going to provide a little bit of tension to draw that right elbow back just a touch. It's not much at all, but keep your chest open, keep your feet firmly planted on the floor and breathe as you just find a little bit of stretch, a little bit of space. Relax the shoulders. Taking one more breath here. Slowly release the left hand, bring it onto your head and swap hands with your straps. Your strap's now in your left hand. Your right hand's going to come down, take hold of the strap and draw it to the right side of your chair. Draw your left elbow back. Give it a little bit of a tug, so it's a tiny bit of tension. And again, drop the shoulders. Just a little bit of a stretch. Keep the feet pressing into the floor, chest open, spine long. Always want to try and keep the chest open to help us breathe. Check you are inhaling and exhaling. And as I always say, it doesn't matter if you inhale and exhale through the nose or through the mouth. As long as you're breathing at some stage in our practice, or hopefully throughout the practice, then always good. So take another breath here. And then let's slowly release that right hand, slowly release the left. Drop the strap gently down to the floor. Just give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. And breathe. And then from here, we're going to take a little back bend. So you're just going to bring your hands behind you on the chair, on the seat of the chair. My fingers are facing away from me. So the hands are on the seat of the chair. I've drawn my bottom forwards a bit. Legs are still at 90 degrees. I'm just going to lean back a little bit and open my chest. So draw my elbows together and just lean back a touch. So if it's comfortable to bring the hands behind you, you can take that option. If it's not comfortable, you haven't got space, then you could just simply take a little lean back into the chair. So keep your bottom a bit further forwards and just simply lean back into the chair. Opening the chest, draw the shoulder blades back. Keep the chin tucked in a little bit. We don't want to be scrunching the back of the neck, so keep it drawn in and keep pressing your feet into the floor. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then you're just going to release your spine, so allow it to round down towards the back of the chair. And as you do that, you probably feel your center, your core just engage a little bit. And then you're going to take a breath in and slowly bring yourself up. So reset the upper body before we do anything with the lower body. So coming back to find your sitting mountain here. Check your feet, check your spine is nice and long. Then we're going to take a few little cat and cow. So just to mobilize the spine again. So just breathe in, draw the shoulders back, open the chest. And as you breathe out, round the spine, draw the belly in, drop the shoulders forwards. Breathe in, draw the elbows back. Just find that little arch in your spine and that rounding of your spine. And again, just noticing how that feels today. What space is there in each shape? How does each shape feel for you today? Not taking it too far or too quickly. There's no rush here. So take it slowly. And take 1 more of each. Coming back to center. Dropping your chin down towards your chest and taking that little gaze one way and that little gaze the other. So just slowly, slowly with the chin drawn down, just take it side to side. Again, remembering there's no rush here at all. Take it once more in each direction. Bringing the head back to center, lifting it up. Take a moment and then roll the shoulders up towards the ears and draw them down the back of the body. Take 2 more of those, roll them up and roll them down and roll them up and roll them down. Let's take them the other way. Take the shoulders back and up, roll them forwards. Last time, roll them forwards and allow them to drop and settle. Lovely. Give your hands a little bit of a shake out or extend and flex the fingers a moment. Perhaps take a little bit of rotation into your wrists, taking them one way, then taking them the other way. Because we did the feet, we've not actually done the thing with the hands. Let's take a little rotation, another little flex and extension of the hands. Lovely. And then place the hands back onto your lap. So we're going to find a warrior 1. So I'm going to give you some options here. I'm just going to move my belt and my ball out of the way. So you're going to come to find the left hand side of your chair. So we're going to come up onto our toes. I'm just going to take a little walk to the left hand side of our chair. So my right butt cheek is now coming off the chair slightly, there's a little bit of space. I'm going to place my feet on the floor. So essentially what I've done is find my sitting mountain, but on a sideways approach. My hips are still facing forwards. They're still about hip distance, my knees are about hip distance apart. Feet firmly on the floor. That's all good. I feel stable. I'm not going to fall off my chair. So we sort out the legs first. So you're either going to bring your legs to that Y shape that we did earlier. So just a little opening of the legs, and that Y, the length or the width of that Y is completely up to you. Or you might want to walk the legs a little bit wider than that, perhaps, coming to more of an L shape with the legs. So that would be option 2 for your legs. And wherever the legs are, the feet need to be firmly planted, so your heels and your toes are on the floor. That's really important. So make sure that's the case, and make sure that you've not got your knee and your foot going in opposite direction, because you don't want to be twisting the knee, like I said earlier, so that your toes and your knee need to be facing in the same direction. So option 1, a narrow Y. Option 2, more of an L shape to get a bit more into the hips. Option 3 would be to bring yourself back to your sitting mountain off the side of the chair and drop that foot back. But you need to be able to take it all the way back and take your foot so it's facing forwards. So my heel's on the floor. Now we didn't do this in class. This is slightly different to what we did. We did more of a high lunge when we were in class this week. So you might just need to scooch your bottom around on the chair to find that space. So my toes are pointing towards you. My hips are open, my foot's pressing into the floor, my left foot's pressing into the floor, my hips are still tracking forwards. And then wherever our feet are, we press them down. We find that stability first, and then we're going to add some arms if we want to. So I'm going to bring my back leg in a little bit and take more of an L shape. So I'm just going to adjust my bottom, my stance on the chair accordingly. Turn my torso to face my left leg. Press the feet into the floor, take a deep breath in, hands either here, keeping them at almost thigh height, palms facing one another, or I might bring them here, or I might reach them all the way up to the ceiling, or anywhere in between is also fine. Or if you feel you don't want to lift the arms, bring the hands to opposite shoulders and bring them here. If you're lifting up with the arms, make sure you can still breathe. Press into your feet, lengthen your spine, gaze up towards the ceiling seam perhaps if that feels okay, and breathe. So there's quite a lot of hip stuff going on here. Pressing into the feet, lengthening the spine, drop the shoulders, reach away with the fingers. Take one more breath. Next time you breathe out, carefully bring the hands down to the lap. Heel toe the foot in from wherever it is. Come back to find your sitting mountain. Give your legs a little bit of a jiggle, roll the shoulders. Carefully take a little wander back through center. Come to the right hand side of your chair. Find your sitting mountain. Move my block out of the way a moment. Find your sitting mountain here. Lengthen your spine. Decide where your left foot should be. So is it in a Y? Is it in an L? Place both feet on the floor. Or are you going to bring the foot back and are you going to take it away from you, scooching your bottom if you need to off the chair, placing the heel down, the foot facing forwards. So in warrior one legs, foot pressing into, both feet even pressing into the floor, taking your torso to face that leg, and then we're going to find our arms. So are we here at thigh height? Are we going to bring them up a little bit, up a little bit, up a little bit, reach them all the way up towards the ceiling as we press into the feet and we lengthen and we reach and we say, oh my goodness, what is she thinking? But keep breathing, drop the shoulders, lengthen the spine, maybe take a little gaze up to that seam between the wall and the ceiling, and hopefully enjoy that space wherever you may be. So remember, the arms don't need to be up here. They can be here, they can be here, they can be here, they can be here. They might be across your shoulders if that feels more comfortable. Take one more breath and then release the upper body first, and then really carefully, without twisting anything, bring that leg back to find your sitting mountain, and then come up onto tiptoes and walk yourself back to the front of the chair. Thank goodness for that. Bring the feet to the floor. Find that sitting mountain once more. So 90 degrees with the legs, spine nice and long. Maybe just rock your head gently side to side. Check your jaw is relaxed. Drop the shoulders. Bring the head back to center. Press into your feet. Use that support behind you if that's helpful. Remember, we're sitting up in our chair, so we're sitting up rather than sitting down. When we sit down, we kind of collapse into something. We want to have that energy, that activeness in our sitting position. So our muscles are working to hold us here nice and stable. Perhaps bring your palms so they face the ceiling, relax the fingers. So just have the fingers gently curled. And then take a moment just to simply notice your breath. As you notice your breath, your body, your mind, your breath will probably slow slightly. So it's a really good way of just calming yourself down, arriving in the present moment, resetting. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Exhaling through the mouth if that feels good. Take one more of those. And allow your breath to just return to normal. And gently bring the hands through to the heart space. Press the fingertips and the palms together here. Create energy in the arms. Drop the shoulders. Lengthen your torso, your spine. Your crown of the head comes up towards the ceiling. Press into your feet. Take another deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take one more deep breath in. And a breath out. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Namaste.